Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how does Azure Active Directory Pass-Through Authentication work. In the previous video we discussed what is Active Directory Pass-Through Authentication, and in this video we're going to have a look at how does it work. Well, when a user tries to sign into an application secured by Azure AD, and if pass-through authentication is enabled on the tenant, the following steps occur. Let's say the user tries to access an application. For example, the user tries to access Outlook web app or OWA. If the user is not already signed in, the user is redirected to the Azure AD user sign in page. So here's an app. User tries to access the app. If the user is not already signed in, user would be redirected to this Azure AD sign in page. Then user would enter the username and password here. Then the username and encrypted password are placed on a queue. Then the on-premise agent here, the step number 5 comes here. The on-premise agent picks up the request from the queue. Then the agent would decrypt the password using its private key, because the username and the password are encrypted and placed in a queue. They are encrypted by Azure AD with the private key. Then the agent, the pass-through authentication agent that's running on the on-premise server, Azure AD Connect server, it decrypts the password using the private key. Then it comes here to the step number 7. Then the agent validates username and password against Active Directory, your on-premise Windows AD. Then it comes here, the Active Directory returns result to the agent. Agent returns response to Azure AD here. Then the Azure AD completes the sign-in process, and if the successful process, after the successful process, the user gets access to the app. Here it goes. So to sum up, the steps would be: the user tries to access the application. If the user is not already signed in, the user would be redirected to the Azure AD sign-in page. The user enters the username and the password to log in. The user enters their password into Azure AD sign-in page. Azure AD, on receiving the request to sign in, places the username and password encrypted by using the public key of the authentication agent. I missed this. The Azure AD would not encrypt the password using the private key. It would encrypt the password, the authentication, the public key, because that public key corresponding private key would be presented by the Azure AD agent that is running on the on-premise server. So an on-premise authentication agent would retrieve the username and encrypted password from the queue. And the point to be noted here is that the agent does not frequently poll for requests from the queue, but retrieves request over a pre-established persistent connection. So it is not a kind of the polling sequence that is going on from the on-premises agent. It requests over a pre-established persistent connection. So there is a persistent connection from the agent to the Azure AD, and that is how it retrieves the request that are coming in. The agent decrypts the password by using the private key. The agent validates the username and password against AD by the standard Windows API. It can use the UPN or another configured in Azure AD Connect, also known as the alternate ID. The on-premise Active Directory domain controller evaluates the request and returns the appropriate response. It can be a success, failure, password expired, or account lockout to the agent. The authentication agent in turn returns the response back to the Azure AD. The Azure AD evaluates the response and responds to the user as appropriate. For example, Azure AD either sign-ins the user in immediately or request the, if MFA is enabled, then it would request the Azure multi-factor authentication. If the user sign-in is successful, the user can access the application. Here, the process, how it works. And do not forget to subscribe onto my YouTube channel, that is Azure Cloud Chef. Please mention in your feedbacks in the comment section if you have any queries. If there are any topics that you want me to make videos on, do not forget to comment. And until next time, have a great day ahead.